it well. He has to be TV friendly, he has to be fan friendly. And that's how you get fans, and that's how you grow, and that's how you make money. That's what it's about, for them to make more money. So right now, I'd like to bring up my partner, Joe DeGuardia, who are partners with Demetrius, so he can say a few words, and then we'll bring Demetrius up to speak. This is Joe DeGuardia from Starbucks.
Thank you, Artie. First of all, I'm up here. Let me just reiterate what has been said by Artie and Peter. It's really a pleasure in boxing because although a lot of people say that we're out there battling each other, promoters are hitting each other, the truth is, for these big fights to take place, we get together. And on this particular show, I'm pleased that I'm working with Artie, and that Artie put it all together, and that we have Lou DiBella's company here. We have Top Rank, the biggest in the business, along with the other biggest in the business, Golden Boy Promotions, here symbolically. So it's really fitting, and it's also fitting that we're doing it in, I'm from the Bronx, so I'm going to say the greatest city in the world, but we're here in Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is something special. And I've got to thank Brett Yormark for that, and the Barclays Center. They've really done something phenomenal in boxing over the past couple of years and have catapulted themselves to the top. So it's fitting that this fight's taking place here, and I'm pleased that we're going to be able to showcase Demetrius Andrade here, because I firmly believe that Demetrius is the next star in this game. Years ago when we signed him out of the Olympics, Artie and I both felt that, and it's coming to pass. He's won that world championship this past November. He's got his mandatory defense coming up, and I know he's looking for the top in the game. And it's rewarding that he's going to be on June 14th here at the Barclays Center on the best network in the business, Peter Nelson, HBO. So, at this point in time, let me introduce our United States Olympian, United States World Champion, and now current WBO Champion of the World, Demetrius Andrade.
First and foremost, all glory due to the Most High. I appreciate everybody that came out today just to come and hear us fighters speech on how we working and all the preparation and the opportunities we get in life, and we just here, we ready to entertain the people, the fans, and also want to thank the Barclays Center, of course Peter Nelson for putting his tall, black and handsome charm face on HBO for everybody in the world to see. June 14th is going to be a great night of boxing. You think today you're going to start off with the WBO World Champion Demetrius Andrade, that I worked hard for all my life. This is all I did from the age of 6. And I'm here today. Told people when I was 6 years old I was going to make it to the Olympics. I did that. Told them I was going to be world champion. Now I did that. And I'm going to do that for many years to come. And I'm going to give everybody what they've been looking for. I'm gonna take the torch when it's time for the man Mayweather to relinquish his throne, and I'm gonna take over and sit down in it, and I'm gonna be the man to give everybody what they want. I want to thank everybody once again. All glory to the Most High, and I appreciate everybody that came out today.
I think Floyd somebody sent this to Floyd, right? Get it over to him? Listen, now it's the main event. I'm going to bring up Joe to talk about Chris, but I just want to say again that I've never met Chris. I just met him for the first time. And he looks like he wants to win the fight. And I got a feeling it's going to be, like I said, a very difficult fight. And he's a very good fighter. And he knows no defeats. And this is important. I said it a few minutes ago. He's never lost. People who've never lost, they don't know how to lose. So it's a very interesting fight, and it's going to be a very competitive fight. And in my opinion, it's a pick-em fight. So I'm going to bring up Joe to talk about his fighter, because Joe knows everything about him. Joe has been with him for years. So Joe, you and Chris.
Thank you, Artie. Well, first let me say that it's going to be great sitting next to Artie during Demetrius' fight. But during the main event, it might be a little difficult. So we'll be sitting next to each other. We're good friends, Artie and I, and we're going to say good luck. But just like the fighters and say good luck before the fight, I don't know if you really mean it. So I'm pleased that we were able to make this fight. It actually came apart pretty swiftly because Artie and I do business together, and it was easy to make a deal. One of the great things about this particular fight, though, is it's literally a clash of styles. Ruslan Provodnikov is probably the toughest guy in the business, and we know that. We know he's tougher than nails. He's a Siberian Rocky. You know, Brett mentioned the fact that the Golden Gloves are taking place here tonight. I think back, it's been more years than I want to remember that I won the Golden Gloves. And I remember the night that I was fighting, it was pretty similar. It was a boxer versus a puncher, a mover versus a brawler. And that's what I see going to take place on June 14th. It's the classic matchup of styles. And it's really rewarding that when you're looking at what's going to take place inside the ring, I also look outside the ring. And outside the ring, you have, you know, the perception of that Siberian tiger, rough, tough. You know, you think about Rocky working out in that Rocky IV movie, you know, working in the snow the whole bit. And juxtaposed to that is a man I've been working with for the past number of years and has been selling out every show that we've done at the Paramount. And Chris Algeri is what you would not expect in a boxer outside the ring. Because outside the ring, he's really been something else. He's excelled at every single thing he's done. Not only was he a martial arts, I'll say, kickboxing champion, world champion in the professionals, who turned up to boxing and came into boxing without any amateur background after winning the kickboxing championships that he won. But he also excelled in school. Graduate of Stony Brook College, seeking his medical degree and put his medical studies on hold while pursuing his boxing career. And he's been phenomenally successful at his professional boxing career. Undefeated at 19-0, he really has learned his craft. And as I mentioned, he has been instrumental in us developing the Paramount out in Huntington, because that's where he's from. That's the reason why I went there in the first place. And has turned it into a real boxing venue, and ultimately leads to being in the premier spot in boxing. Barclays Center, HBO. And I believe that Chris is ready for this fight. That's why we're putting him in this fight. He's done the things that he needs to do to develop to get to this stage. And as Artie had mentioned previously, a couple of years ago, Ruslan was looked at as an ESPN fighter until he got in the ring with Bradley and showed what he had. I believe the same thing's going to happen on June 14th. I believe that Chris has developed up the ladder, and in his last fight on ESPN, he was sensational in beating a guy that was really highly regarded in the sport, Emmanuel Taylor, number 3 ranked in the world. And I'm looking forward to June 14th. As a boxing purist, somebody who grew up in this sport, I love the idea of seeing the two clashes of styles. And styles make fights, and I'm looking forward to seeing Chris Algeri prevail at the World Championship level as he has in everything else in his life. So I'm going to introduce now somebody I'm very proud of, undefeated, and hope soon to be future WBO World Champion, Chris Algeri.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank all the promotions that were able to make this this fight possible. Artie Palullo, Banner Promotions, who I just met, Joe DeGuardia from Star Boxing, Top Rank, and to also thank Golden Boy for allowing us to use the Barclays Center, which is such a beautiful place, and of course to thank HBO, which is a real dream to be fighting for and under. And I'd also like to thank the champion, Ruslan Provodnikov, for accepting this, this fight and taking on the challenge that is myself. Like Joe just said, a couple fights ago, Ruslan was in a similar position to where I'm at. He wanted a big chance. He had an opportunity, and he jumped at it. And that's exactly what I did. This fight came up. The opportunity was there. I jumped at it. So this is a grand, opportunity for me. Something that I'm really looking forward to. Something that I'm ready for. And my team knows that. And I think anyone who knows me and knows my style and knows the way that I prepare for fights knows that I'm ready for this fight. And June 14th is going to be my coming out party. Thank you all, and best of luck to everybody.
Seven years ago, I got on a plane and went to Moscow. And I was taking a flyer. I've met some Russian promoters through some television people I have business with over there. So I get on a plane. I land in Moscow about 9 o'clock in the morning. And they're in the lobby, maybe 10 o'clock. And they're in the lobby, and they're drinking vodka. And I said, well, let me go up and change. I'll come back down. Oh, no, you gotta talk now. I said, all right, no problem. So I'm just on this 14-hour flight. And those who know me know I like to have a drink at 9:30 in the morning, and I like cigars. So I now sit in the lobby for 5 hours with these men. And they're talking about all these different fighters. And they all want to give me their fighters to bring them back to America, but on ESPN. It's a good 7 years ago. One of the fighters is with my partner in Russia, German Titov. It's Ruslan Provodnikov. And I don't know Ruslan. I don't know German. I mean, I'm just over there trying to pick up fighters, trying to create a new market. So I now start bringing him over to the United States. And he starts fighting on another fighter who I developed from scratch, Acelino Popo Freitas, the Brazilian star. He's now on his undercards. His first fight, Freitas comes to me after the fight, he's watching the fight. He says, Artie, you got something here. Russell Peltz, my matchmaker at the time. Artie, you got something here. Then he starts fighting on Ricky Hatton cards when I brought Hatton to America. And then I was able to convince ESPN to give us an opportunity with a kid who does not speak English and is not Spanish. So I said, I need to get this kid developed. Well, he became something special. And he worked his butt off. He had a loss prior to the Bradley fight. He won the fight, but he lost the decision to Herrera. It didn't discourage him. It made him more focused. At the time he lost the fight, we all believed he won, but he lost the decision. And he took it the right way. He lost. So what does he do? He goes out, him and Vadim, they find Freddie Roach. They get focused on their life. He gets focused on his job. And now he is what he wanted to always be. He comes from a small town in Siberia. And his family means everything to him, because if you saw the last fight on HBO, the only thing he could say was screaming his mom's name after he won the fight. And he is the epitome of what the sport's about. So allowing kids, if you have the talent to take it all the way to the top and have the tenacity and the determination and the focus and the heart and all of the skills that you need, like you can't train, you can't drink, you can't do drugs, you have to work out all the time, you have to constantly be on. And he is the epitome of somebody reaching that dream. We would call it the American dream. Well, it's the Russian dream. So now I would like to introduce you to somebody that has, he invited me to Russia, to his hometown. I'll tell you a quick story. My wife didn't want me to go. The moment he told me the gas froze in the lines of the car, and they had to push it, he says, Artie, you'll die there. I said, I'm going to go in the summertime. He pushed the car to get to the train station to go make one of the fights. Ruslan Provodnikov, the WBO junior welterweight champion of the world. Vadim Varnalov's man. Come on up. Come on up, Vadim. You see me in Russia at 35 below? Hello, Brooklyn.
Вы, наверное, заметили, что я без титула. Вы не удивляйтесь этому.
You guys probably noticed I don't have my title with me. Don't be surprised.
Так как я не могу привыкнуть, что я чемпион, постоянно про это забываю.
I can't get used to being a champion. I just keep on forgetting.
Наверное, это хорошо, так как именно это меня делает голодным.
But probably it's a good thing because I think it still makes me hungry even now.
Вы, наверное, обратили внимание, в каком я одеянии и в какой я прекрасной рубашке.
If you guys took notice, you saw what I'm wearing. It's a special shirt.
Это моя национальная рубашка, которую для меня шил мой народ вручную специально для меня. Я им благодарен за это. И я всегда говорил, что именно народ и фанаты делают меня таким, какой я есть.
The special shirt was made for me. It's a part of our nationality, part of our Monsi group, and my people made it for me as a gift. It's handmade by my people, and they wanted me to wear it whenever I'm out. And you know, people wear this outside on the street over there. So for me, it means a lot.
Я очень рад, что этот бой будет проходить в такой замечательной арене. Надеюсь, что эта арена для меня станет счастливой. Мне бы хотелось поблагодарить людей, которые помогли это сделать. Это директор этого центра, это Сергей Гущенко, Михаил Прохоров.
I'm very glad to be fighting here. To be honest with you, it's a big honor, big pleasure to be fighting in this beautiful arena. I want to say thank you to the people that helped make this happen. It's the director, Brett Yormark. It's Sergei Kushenko, Mikhail Prokhorov. I very much appreciate the support.
Ну и, конечно же, я хотел поблагодарить HBO, которые когда-то мне дали этот шанс выйти драться за звание чемпиона мира. И, конечно же, хотел поблагодарить Питера Нельсона, который меня как-то полюбил и очень хорошо ко мне относится. Это очень приятно.
And I also want to say a big thank you to HBO. You know, you guys have been treating me very well. It means a lot to me. Peter Nelson, who's here, you know, he's become a close friend to me, and he shows a lot of respect, and you know, feels like he likes me, which is great. It's a great feeling.
Безусловно, я благодарен своему промоутеру Арти Пилула, который сделал для меня много, и именно благодаря ему я, в частности, нахожусь сейчас здесь, в ранге чемпиона мира.
Most importantly, I want to say thank you to Artie Pilulo, the president of Banner Promotions. He's done a lot for me. He's the reason why I'm here. He's the reason why I'm champion. He's the reason why I'm standing here right now.
Многие меня боятся, хотя я не понимаю, чего меня бояться. Посмотрите, разве меня можно бояться?
Everybody says people are afraid to fight me. People are afraid of me. I don't understand why. If you look at me, I mean, do you think you could be afraid of me?
Я благодарен Крису, что он разглядел во мне хорошего, доброго парня и согласился на этот бой.
I'm very thankful to Chris for noticing the good side of me and taking this fight.
Надеюсь, что для него этот бой станет очень большим и хорошим, как для меня когда-то стал бой с Тимоти Брэдли.
And I hope this fight would be a good step for his career. Maybe a fight that means a lot for him, like the fight against Timothy Bradley was for me.
Я желаю ему и его команде удачи, и буду каждое воскресенье в церкви молиться за него и ставить свечки, как всегда, чтобы он вышел в ринг в здравии, чтобы все с ним было хорошо.
As always, I wish him luck and his team. And as always, I will go to church every Sunday like I always do, and I will put candles for him and his team to make sure he's healthy during training and comes into the ring, you know, healthy and with a positive state of mind.
Я не думаю о том, как сохранить титул. Я не боюсь его потерять. Если Крис придет и заберет его у меня, я ему отдам и пожму руку. Я думаю только о том, как я стал чемпионом мира. Именно это тяжелее.
Right now, I don't think about protecting the title, and I'm not afraid of losing the title. I still have it in my mind of how I got the title, how I became world champion. If he's going to come in the ring and be worthy and take the title, I'll get worried about losing it. It's all about achieving it, and I still have that in me in this fight.
Ну и спасибо всем вам, что вы сегодня все сюда пришли и не остались равнодушными к этому бою. Увидимся 14 июня.
Thank you to all you guys who are here today. It's a big honor. If you guys are here, that means you guys care, and I hope I see everybody June 14th.
Thank you.
Thank you guys again. I just want to, reiterate a little bit. Thank you for coming out. There's a lot of people here. This arena. It's the first time we're here. We've been to New York, but we didn't see the arena before. I think, last time we were here, maybe it wasn't built even, but it looks very nice. And we hope that this might be a place that becomes kind of like a home, a second home for Ruslan. There's a lot of Russian, a big Russian community in this area, and we're looking forward to the fight. We're hoping there's going to be a lot of fans. Chris has a big fan base, Ruslan has a big fan base, and we're very excited. Just got off the flight this morning. We're a little bit tired because we didn't sleep tonight, but we're going to get some sleep, and we'll be more positive in the next press conference. Thank you all.
Right, it's a great arena. I saw the inaugural fight here with Golden Boy. It was terrific. It's great. So right now, we'd like to open up for anybody having any questions for the athletes. Anybody would like to ask some questions?
Michael Woods for me is in New York. My question first for Chris. Chris, can I get your prediction? What's going to happen June 14th?
I don't like to predict fights. I like to go out there and prepare the best that I can and go out there and perform. Boxing is a kind of sport that you really, you can never tell what's going to happen. And people always ask me what's the right way to do something in the sport, and I tell them there's a lot of different ways to make it work, and whatever works is the right way. So whatever way it takes for me to win, that's what's going to happen.
And question for Ruslan. Ruslan, same question, please. Your prediction, what's going to happen June 14th?
Я всегда говорил, что я не могу вам обещать то, что я выиграю. Я могу, потому что и так как я всегда отвечаю свои слова. Но я всегда говорил, что я сделаю все для того, чтобы выиграть. Вот это я могу вам пообещать. Я вам сейчас это обещаю.
Because I can never, just likewise, I can't make a prediction because I always answer for what I say. I will never throw out words out there that I don't know if I can make that happen. But I can't promise that I'll do everything to win this fight. We'll see what the outcome will be.
Anybody else?
The studio lawyers, Junior Black Star News. Ruslan, with the Bradley fight, you went all out and almost knocked him out. You beat him like a piñata. But your downfall could have been because that you didn't box. Now, are you going to utilize these weapons now with a boxer like Algeri?
Безусловно, я с каждой подготовкой прогрессирую, расту, то есть у нас со мной в тренировочном лагере всегда один из лучших тренеров мира. Он в прошлом году также стал рекордный 6-й раз лучшим тренером года, это уже говорит о многом. Так что вы видели, какой я был в бою с Брэдли, какой я был в бою с Альварадо. Я расту, я стараюсь, я отдаю себя всего на подготовке. Так что с каждым боем я становлюсь как вино, все лучше и лучше.
Every fight, every camp, where I progress, you probably saw it from my fight with Bradley to the fight with Alvarado. There was progress, and I felt it, and I know that I grew. In my corner is one of the best trainers in the world, Freddie Roach. Last year in 2013, for the 6th record time, he became the Hall of Fame trainer again. Right now we started training. I'm already feeling there's new things being added all the time. And yes, definitely I'll add whatever I can to my training to become better.
Okay, Doc Stanley, Sports Net, Blog Talk Radio, and the Trust and Garbage Network. 2 questions. 1, how does he feel fighting in New York? And 2, can he see himself going to 147 and maybe being part of the Mayweather sweepstakes?
Yeah, for Ruslan?
Yeah, that's right.
Мне очень нравится драться в Нью-Йорке, я здесь ни разу не дрался, но я знаю, что у меня здесь очень много фанатов, и мне хочется сделать для них праздник. А что касается подняться выше, без проблем. Я еще раз говорю, что я всегда отвечаю, если мне судьба бросает вызов, я его беру.
Once again, I'm very happy to be fighting in New York. I actually haven't fought here yet, but I know that I have a lot of fans in New York, and I'm very glad to be here. As far as 147, 100%. I already fought at 147. It's a good weight for me. And besides the weight, if my life gives me an opportunity, I've shown before, I'm always willing to take it. That's what I live for.
TheGoldbergReport.com for Allegra. You were a kickboxer, now you're a boxer. How does that, does it help you or hurt you as a fighter? And which is worse, taking a kick or a punch?
That's somewhere.
People ask about my kickboxing all the time and how it actually helps me in my boxing. And I think the best way that it's helped me is that I had a lot of tough fights when I was a kickboxer. I had some really rough and tumble matchups, and people haven't seen me do that in boxing, but it's in there. I've been there before. I don't get frazzled when things start going haywire. So, and even though I haven't been in those kind of situations in my boxing career, I have been in them in fight sports. So I know what it's like to be in a rough fight. And when it comes to getting punches versus kicks are a lot harder than punches. I've been hit by kicks where I thought I was in a car accident. So, I would definitely say that kicks do hurt more.
This question is for Ruslan. We saw Pacquiao's fight versus Bradley, and your fight versus Bradley. Bradley's face looked a lot worse after your fight than Pacquiao. My question is, how do you feel about the Mayweather fight? Do you think you're ready, physically, mentally, as far as skills go?
Знаете, ты никогда не можешь знать, готов ли ты с кем-то драться, если и выиграть, если ты не выйдешь в ринг. Все говорили, что я просто проходной боксер для Тимоти Брэдли, да, но когда я вышел в ринг, особенно после боя, все обо мне заговорили. Поэтому я готов, еще раз говорю, я открыт для всех больших боев. Я готов подняться в любую весовую категорию в пределах разумного, чтобы встретиться с любым сильным боксером. Я этого только и ждал, и этого только и хотел, поэтому так поздно бой этот у нас так долго я и не дрался, потому что я ждал больших боев, я не хотел выходить с посредственными соперниками, но я благодарен Крису, что он сделал этот бой.
Like I said before, the fight with Bradley, they considered me a complete underdog. He was supposed to run right through me. We saw what happened in the fight, like you said. The Mayweather fight, until you get in the ring with any good opponent, you don't really know if you're at his level. The fight would show. And again, I'm ready to fight at almost any weight class, within reasonable limits. And I think that the Mayweather fight, I'm definitely open to the Mayweather fight. The reason that I haven't been in the ring since October is because we were looking for one of the bigger opponents in the game, but I'm still glad that we got Chris Algeri. I'm glad that he took the fight, and I think this is going to be a good fight also. It's going to be at the level.
This will be the last question, and then the fighters will be ready to take some pictures.
Jerry Glickman, Seconds Out. I'd like to ask really both men, what do you expect from each other that night? What do you expect to see, Mr. Provodnikov and Chris? Provodnikov first.
Ну, я видел только один бой Криса, мельком посмотрел, мне этого было достаточно. Я видел, что он очень быстрый, хороший боксер на ногах, который будет двигаться. Я надеюсь, я думаю, что я жду от него того, что он будет от меня двигаться, бегать, держать меня на дистанции. Вы знаете, я никогда не ищу легких путей. Для меня этот боксер, он намного сложнее, чем боксер, который будет со мной рубиться. Поэтому мы взяли этот бой. Я хочу доказать еще раз, что я могу не только драться с теми боксерами, которые со мной рубятся, но и те, кто умеет боксировать.
I only watched one of Chris's fights yet, partly, and I saw his style. You know, I'm expecting that he's quick on his feet. He's got quick hands. I'm expecting for him to move. You know, I think he will be moving in the ring. That's what that type of a fighter would do against me. I think, and that's one of the reasons I chose this fight. I never look for easier fights or easier ways in life. I actually, for me, it's always better to fight the guy that's going to brawl with me. I mean, I win those fights. But I chose this opponent because I think that, for me, it's a challenge, and I think it's going to make for a better fight.
Ruslan is a great champion, and I know he's going to train very hard, and he's going to come on fight night and bring what he always brings. I think that, everyone's saying about the style matchup and how different we are. I think me and Ruslan actually are similar in certain ways. We both break our opponents down. He breaks them down by beating them down. I break them down by outthinking them and making them feel that they really just don't have a chance to even win. And, like I said, we're very different, but at the same time, it's all about who can break the other man's will. And I think on June 14th, we're gonna see a testament of two guys trying to break each other's will, one way or another.
I want to thank everybody for coming. Just one announcement before we get the fighters to the pictures. The tickets will go on sale on Thursday at 10 a.m. The doors will open at 6, first bout at 7, and on HBO at 10 o'clock. Thanks everybody for coming. Now the fighters will be ready for a photo op.